It's Week 18 of the National Football League, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Packers and the Cowboys, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
Well, the roof is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They've certainly got it rolling of late. Winners in 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, their long winning streak finally came to an end last week. A disappointing game for them, but still a heck of a run. Set for football now at AT&T Stadium. Brandon Aubrey has the honors, and we are underway here in Arlington. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
A first carry for the all-pro running back, it's Josh Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Throwing. Love. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Love now. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. A short throw to Musgrave. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run right here with Jacobs. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. Once again, it's Jacobs. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Look at this Cowboy defense. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. 2nd from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
In motion, the tight end. To throw now. Here's Love. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. York able to send this one through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground, because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense, because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
And it's a pretty good return here, as he'll get this up to the 29. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
Prescott now, option right. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Here's Prescott. Screen play, Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
Now he's loose at the 40. He's into space past the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys! A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Oh, what a juke into space. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Love. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now 3rd down and very long. Love looking to throw it. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he comes into this final weekend of the season as the NFL's leader in passing yards as he looks to end his strong campaign on a high note. Throwing, Prescott. Now a screen set up for Johnson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Cowboys at 15-1 on the year. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, you know, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 35. To throw is Prescott. Going right back to Ferguson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll run with a second-round pick from April's draft. Gave a glimpse of his power, but not a whole lot of space. Down at the 30. You look at this Packers defense coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
They spent the week at practice, and we know our rating's not that great. And we know we're facing the #1 passing team in the league. But there are some things that we can do to give ourselves a chance in this game.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll run up the middle here with Blue. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Prescott now. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Now a shotgun handoff. Blue. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jake Ferguson. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys add 6 to their lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 11. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Inside the 10, touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. The Cowboys on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. Prescott to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who is shaken up. 2nd and 5. Again, it's Johnson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Prescott from the gun. Steps away to him. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. And this one is right down the middle. And that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
The Packers offense and running back Josh Jacobs set to take over once more. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. They'll run for the first time with Tyler Bidet. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And the tight end goes in motion left. To pass, here's Jordan Love. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Here's Love. On the screen, this is Evans. Only a yard there, sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up.
All you hear from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb. Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, he probably dreamed about it a little bit.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Here's Prescott. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
The throw here, right sideline, falls incomplete. And the Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Packers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Glove. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Racing to the end zone. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Tyler Beatty, 78 yards. And the Packers have moved out in front. Extra point by York is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. From the 35, here's 2nd down and 3. The first carry now. This is Williams. A gain of 5. Good enough for the 1st down. This is Lamb on the end around. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 38-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They go back to the ground with Williams. Devontae Wyatt there for the stop.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he gets it down to the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Cowboys, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
A give up the middle to Johnson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Back to throw now on first down. He's got room to roam. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. To the air again, Prescott. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Prescott on 3rd and goal. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Taken in at the 22. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. And he's done everything he could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Here's Prescott. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this throw will be intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws it in.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Final play of the half, Love. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We start with a classic battle in the NFC. Chicago heading out to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Football Giants. And it's the visiting side who have the lead in that one. Russell Wilson has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Adam Thielen, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. The Browns still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. We just watched a solid first half from the 2022 rushing champ, Josh Jacobs. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Back to throw here. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is taken at the 15. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. Dances by him. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Davis Price on 1st and 10. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. From the 46, here's a 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And some strong running. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. But he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. On now is the Packers punter as he's on here to punt it away. It's away, and it's a high kick here, but not high enough to hit the scoreboard here in Dallas. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing, Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. This is taken.
there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Love now. Man open left side is Brown. His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. Now Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
Love looking to throw it. And that is incomplete. And now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is brought in at the 21. 44-yard punt, return of 9.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys.
And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Prescott now. Screen play, Johnson. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. He's been terrific so far. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Oh, a design run for their wideout.
And this will be a Packers 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Throwing. Love. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To throw now. Here's Love. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown.
Now they'll bring 4 receivers into the fold here. It's 3rd and long.
Back to throw. Love.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Pulled in at the 24. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A first down carry here for Johnson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
From the 41, here's a second down and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
They go to Johnson again. And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
3rd and 5.
40-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Pressure comes and down he goes. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on for the 5th time here today.
It's 4th down.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
They will run the draw with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
149 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Love from the gun.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give to Davis Price up the middle here.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Bidet going to try the right side. He'll take it inside the 25. From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 8.
They'll send the tight end in motion left.
Straight ahead they go with Bidet.
And they get it behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. Love from the gun on 3rd down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And it's a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Packers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Prescott to throw it.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for the Cowboys.
To throw is Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 50-yard.
Prescott now from the 50.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
That's good for the Cowboys.
Now Prescott.
That's over the middle and caught by Mingo.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Packers' 32-yard line.
And again, it's Prescott. Packer pressure, and down he goes. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Now Prescott.
That's to Schoonmaker, the tight end.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down.
A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It must be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
And a catch right side by Evans. On now is the Packers punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he fields it cleanly. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Here's Prescott. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Prescott. Drops it to Blue, complete. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. Here's Prescott.
They'll air one out deep for Mingo.
And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it, You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's Love. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. He's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And they'll indeed take a knee. Down to a knee, and the defense, they can't stop that clock. A couple more of those, and it's going to be victory. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Packers, they do get that 10th win of the year as they finish up at 10-7 overall.
And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless.